Welcome, gamers. I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. We're almost ready to drop the puck for an exciting matchup between the New York Islanders and the Toronto Maple Leafs. New York simply cannot afford to lose the game.
Well, if they fall behind 2 games at home, you've got to think it's lights out.
They need a strong effort throughout their lineup. You can't sit back and rely on a few guys to carry you in the playoffs. It takes the whole team to win. Here's a look at tonight's referee.
Jim, he's a 10-year veteran who's known to call the game tight. Don't be surprised to see a lot of penalties called in this one.
Now we're ready to drop the puck for the opening faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Pekka. Leveled.
He couldn't avoid that one.
Short pass. Up through center. He gets leveled by McCabe. A solid check. Over the line. Shoots quickly. It goes wide. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Bowled over.
A smackdown.
In over the line. He gets roughed up by Janssen. Passed ahead. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hit.
Jim, that was a major league bump.
Toronto makes a line change. Right in front. Roberts shoots it hard.
You better keep your head up or you're going to be knocked on your rear end.
About to drop the puck. Islanders get the face-off. He gets hit by Nieuwendyk. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Crushed.
Excellent physical play.
Brings it out. Over center. Into the attacking zone. Checked. Played back. Up along the boards. Cranked him.
He took a solid check there.
In over the line. Pushed. New York makes a line change. Over the line. Bumped by Blake. Pekka brings it out. Over the blue line. Bumped off the puck.
These checks keep everyone on their toes, Jim.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. A shot from the slot by Renberg. DiPietro freezes the puck. Now you talk about great defensemen in this league, and this guy really makes it all happen at the back end.
Jim, he's like a catalyst out there, consistently feeding forwards with breakout passes. And hey, I say he wouldn't hesitate to jump up in the rush.
In over the line. Scatchard gets shoved. In front. With a wrist shot. Belfour made the huge save.
Oh, Jim, you can see by the look on his face, he can't believe he didn't beat the goalie with that one.
The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Face-off won by Nieuwendyk. Klee corrals the puck. Missed the net. Shoved. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Pushed off the puck. Goes behind his net. Martinek. Moved over. Over the blue line. Klee knocks him off the puck. Brings it out. Passed over. In over the line. Moved ahead, brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Wrist shot by Hunter. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Koliakovo. Domi shoots quickly. Saved by DiPietro. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for the New York Islanders. They're getting ready for the face-off. And the face-off is won by Scatchard. Across. Over the line. He gets checked by Kaberle. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets checked by Nienema.
He slammed him big time.
Into the attacking zone. Centered. Shoots it hard. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Turned away. Rocked. One-timer. Blocked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Koliakovo. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Laid out.
That looked like trouble.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Panikarovsky shoulders him. Brings it out. Passed over by Koliakovo. One-time shot. Turned away. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets shoved. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shoved. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Blake gets muscled off the puck. It's moved across by Koliakovo. Brings it out. The Maple Leafs will make a change here. Checked.
That was a big league body check.
Puck intercepted by Hammerling. The coin. Grabbed it. Over the line. Shoved.
That was a throwdown.
Out of their defensive end. In all alone. Delayed penalty call coming up for New York. Ninima will go to the box for interference.
Now, you can't really argue that one. Everyone knows it gets you 2 minutes.
Toronto is about to go on the power play for the first time in this game.
Jim, they've got some good finishers in their lineup, but they like to keep it simple. Point shots with lots of traffic in front.
Hard one-time shot by Francis. Moved up. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down.
You can hear that one up here.
Renberg brings it out. Hit.
Very impressive.
Checked.
I can feel that one from here.
Out of their defensive end. New York puts its #1 penalty-killing unit out. And out they come with a puck. In over the line. Turned aside by DiPietro. Through center. Over the line. Moved across. Into the attacking zone. Francis gets bowled over. Yashin brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Played across. In over the line. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. In. He scores! It's a short-handed marker.
The key to scoring short-handed is speed. You have to be fast enough to capitalize on an offensive error. That's exactly what happened here.
The faceoff goes to the Maple Leafs. He gets hit by Yashin.
Knocked him down.
Shove. Brings it up. Over the line. He gets leveled by Francis.
Another hit like that and sparks will fly.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. The coin pushes him. Right in front. DiPietro freezes the puck. Belfort can really handle the puck.
He gets out of his crease in a hurry and tracks down the dump-ins. Now that's such a huge asset because it forces the other team to try to carry it in.
Nieuwendyk wins the faceoff with a howitzer. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. With a wrist shot, he scores, and it's 2-0.
Take another look at that one on the replay. Nice goal. And when you execute a wrist shot with that accuracy, 9 times out of 10, it's in the back of the net.
Toronto is not playing up to their potential.
This is definitely a disappointing start.
Face-off won by Nieuwendyk. Wrist shot saved by DiPietro. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Played over in front. Saved by Belfort. Brings it out. Over center. In over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Nolan grabbed it. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Karpatsev. Moved up. Into the attacking zone. Klee shoves him. Quick shot. Belfour got a leg on it. Brings it out. Over the line. It's played over by Newendijk. Flattened.
There's some physical play.
In over the line. Cranked him.
That's showing authority.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Big hit.
That was a devastating blow.
Great save by DiPietro. Brings it out. The Islanders are going to make a full change. Checked. Hunter shoots it. Play stops as the puck is shot into the stands. So much of this game is about confidence.
Well, that's just it. Once a guy's found the scoreboard, he's always hungry for more.
Defenders should be keeping tabs on this guy. And the faceoff is won by Scatchard. Niinimaa now with the puck. And this time, they've got it offside. Steve Sterling joined the Islanders organization after a very successful career as a minor pro hockey coach.
Well, Jim, just before taking on the head coaching duties in New York, Sterling led the Islanders' AHL affiliate in Bridgeport to the Calder Cup Finals. That earned him Coach of the Year honors.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets roughed up by Stachan. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Taken out.
It's getting pretty intense down there.
Quick puck movement. There goes the horn as the period comes to an end. 2-0 the score as we head to the break. After a rather one-sided opening 20 minutes, they're ready to drop the puck for period 2. The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to New York. Run over.
A devastating hit.
Asham over the blue line with a wrist shot. Brings it out. Over the line. Pass to the point. Newendijk scores! Looks like he was screened.
Jim, the backhand shot is one of the most difficult to learn, but he made it look easy.
New York is down to a 1-goal lead early in the second.
They need to take a breath here and figure out what happened on that last play.
Advances the puck out of their defensive end. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Newendijk grabbed it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Sent flying.
Great contact.
Moved up. Quick pass up. Into the attacking zone. He gets pushed by Caberlet. Right in front. Stick save. He scores to make it 3-1.
That play was about total awareness. Both the passer and the shooter had their heads up. Nicely done.
Toronto with another defensive lapse.
And those will kill you in a game like this.
Over the line. Blake now has the puck. Belfour turned him away. Blake in front. Play ends as the puck is shot into the crowd. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Face-off won by Newendijk. Moved over by Renberg. Nolan! DiPietro got a pad on it. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets checked by Koliakovo. Right in front. Brings it out. Over the line. Newendijk gets run over.
He's a bit stunned after that one.
Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Mowed down.
It's getting rough out there.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Pushed right in front. Nolan. Blake. In over the line. Leveled.
Man, that was a jarring hit.
Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Crushed.
A great job of stepping up.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shot from the wing by Pekka. Kolyakovo. Over the blue line. He gets laid out by Johnson. Hamilton in over the line. Taken out. He got laid out. Over. Brings it out. Over the line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shoots the puck. Belfour made the brilliant save. Pat Quinn made an impact right away, didn't he? In his first season as head coach for the Leafs, he was named runner-up for the Jack Adams Award as Coach of the Year.
Well, Jim, under Quinn, the Leafs saw a 28-point improvement, paving the way for an appearance in the conference final.
And the faceoff is won by Pekka. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Hammerlick. Moved across. In over the line. Shove. Shoots the puck. Leg save. Pass back. In front. Belfour shuts the door. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Knocked over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Knocked down. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Hit. Over. Brings it out. Over the line. Bates pushes him. A shot from the slot by Nolan. DiPietro made the save. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Passed over. Scramble. Turned away. He hangs on to the puck. The action's about to start. A Maple Leaf face-off win. Centered in front. Nieuwendyk shoots the puck. They're getting ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to Toronto. Pass to the point. Knocked over. In over the line. Bumped by Kolyakovo. Right in front. Belfour gets a pad on it. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Quick shot by Nolan. In front. Renberg fires. Pad save. Over the line. Huge shot by a coin. Awesome save. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hit. In over the line. He gets hit by Kolyakovo. Belfour hangs on for the whistle. New York has picked this defense apart tonight.
They've used crisp, quick passes to exploit holes in coverage and made the most of their chances. That's been the difference offensively.
The faceoff goes to Toronto. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Martinek.
Now that's how you body check someone.
Nolan. Checked. It's passed back by Renberg. Through center. Over the line. Bowled over. He got dropped. Into the attacking zone. He gets shoved by Martinek. One-times it. Big glove save. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. He gets leveled by Kolyakovo. Across. Over the blue line. Cranks it. Muscled off the puck. Passed across. Brings it out. Over the line.
Made the defense look bad on that move.
In the corner. Moved back. Moved across. Bates bumped off the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. Saved by DiPietro. Across. Rink-wide pass. Over the blue line. In front. Hit. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets run over by Leach. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Hit! Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Turned aside. Brings it out. Over the line. DiPietro makes the save. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Played over. Leg save. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Rubbed off the puck by Nolan. Neuendijk grabbed it. Brings it out. And there's the horn to end the second. 3-1's the score as we head to the break. Teams are back on the ice. 20 minutes of hockey left to play. The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to the Maple Leafs. Over the line. Crushed. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. He gets rocked by Tchaikovsky. Advances the puck. Bates brings it out. Over the blue line. Wrist shot on the right. Belfour made the save. Into the attacking zone.
Turned him inside out there. You could see the look in his face. He cannot believe that there wasn't a penalty call.
I think this is why he's upset, Craig. Let's have a look at this and see if you agree with it. We're ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Pekka. Brings it out. Over the line. McCabe shoves him. Fired one-timer. Shot is blocked by Neuendijk. A lateral pass. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Pekka. Nice delivery. It's intercepted by McCabe. Over the blue line. Shove. Played back. In front. Passed over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Taken out.
He dropped the hammer on him.
Brings it out. Over the line. Quick puck movement. He gets roughed up by Blake. Right in front. Turned away by DiPietro. Passed ahead. In over the line. It's passed over by Nolan. Cranks it. Blocked by Nienema. Played up. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Over the blue line. Played over by Antropov. Intercepted. In behind. He gets pushed. Knocked over. Staying. Over the line. Brings it out. Blake gets leveled.
I wouldn't want to be him right now.
Brings it out. Moved over. Into the attacking zone. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Moved ahead. Turned away by Belfour. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Kaberle turns the puck over. It's played over by Asham. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. Sketchered. Shoots the puck. Belfour made the save. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Passed over. Brings it out. In over the line. Wrist shot. Blocked. Brings it out. End to end. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Hit. He gets laid out by Roberts. Belfour covers up. New York has played a clean game here tonight.
They haven't taken a lot of lazy penalties in the neutral zone, and that's because they're skating hard and playing sound positional hockey.
the faceoff is won by Pekka. Move back. Right in front. Fired it hard. Great save by Belfour. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. In front. A shot from the slot by Hunter. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Shove. Scores!
From the backhand to the back of the net in one smooth motion. The goalie had no chance on that shot.
About half a period to go, and it's a one-goal game.
As a coach, this is when you look at your bench and ask yourself, who's going to raise their game? Who's going to be the hero?
Crashed.
Talk about a headache.
Brings it out. Over the line. Nolan corrals the puck. He misses. He gets shoved. Quick puck movement. The Maple Leafs will make a change here. DiPietro denies him. Over the blue line. He gets bowled over by Koliakovo. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Hammerling. Shoots the puck. The coin. Stops the shot. Saved by DiPietro. Rocked. Out of their defensive end. Over center. Moved over by Domi. Right in front. DiPietro hangs on for the whistle. The Islanders are a great penalty-killing team.
And I'll tell you why, Jim. They're always in great position. You can't break down their box. They're extremely disciplined, and they keep everything to the outside.
Face-off won by Pekka. Moved ahead. Brings it out. Checked. In over the line. Knocked over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Renberg. Checked. That shook him up. 18,000 referees in the stands called a penalty. The two that count will not. He gets hit by Johansson. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Saved by DiPietro. Into the attacking zone. Centering pass. Turned away. In over the line. Turned aside by Belfour. Quick pass up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. The crowd's upset. No penalty called. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Pushed. Crushed. Goes behind his net. In over the line. He gets out-muscled by a coin. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Sent flying. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. In the corner. Nolan. Stick save. Belfour comes out to fetch the puck. Advances the puck. In over the line. Nieuwendyk gets checked.
You could feel the impact up here.
Over the line. Empty net. Nothing risked, nothing gained, I guess.
They had to take a chance by pulling the goalie late. That empty netter sealed the deal in this one.
Toronto has less than a minute to score 2 goals.
Now, you never want to write a team off, Jim, but this is going to be a tough one to pull off.
Karpatsev whips it. Brings it out. Played over the blue line. Hit. Passed across. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Flattened. Out of their defensive end. Passed over by Martinez. Checked. Moved across. In over the line. He gets leveled by Pekka.
He's really throwing his weight around.
Brings it out. Over the line. Hit. Moved up. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Ponikarovsky now has the puck. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Worked over. In over the line. Rubbed off the puck. Quick puck movement. That's it. Toronto loses this game and their lead in the series. From Uniondale, New York, and for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.
You